All right. Morning. Such a morning man now.
You need a full face shave, but leave the stash. Like, you have stubble, and I'm not. The stash is prominent. So, folks, he's got a prominent stash, but he's leaving stubble, and I feel like it's that. Well, I'm not going to turn fully into stash life, so I have to, like, make it, like, kind of like, what am I doing exactly? I need you to straight razor this shit on the sides and on the bottom.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's just this majestic push broom in the making, going strong. I need it to be the focal point of your face.
Man. You know, this has been my look for about 81 podcasts in a row.
No, it hasn't. Stop it.
What are you talking about? Pretty much all. Do I usually have the?
I don't know. I don't know. The lighting looks different or something. Like, why is the stash staring?
You're right.
down?
The lighting does look different. I don't know why.
Well,
and I haven't changed it, but I may have changed the camera angle. I don't know. Everything's different since we turned into a furry podcast.
Yeah, it's true. Ever since we've now been categorized as a furry podcast. Life's really different these days. So
yeah, I'll have to look into that. I do have a friend who's a barber, and she does the shave, and I've always kind of wanted to do the straight shave, but I'm terrified.
Really?
More just of like what my baby natural skin will look like. 'Cause it's not good under here. It's not. I mean,
I was gonna say, are you afraid of dying, or are you afraid of like? I just have sensitive skin. Oh, okay, the look is terrifying.
Well, the whatever you call it, the stubble is just the mask for the imperfections in my skin, unfortunately. Sure. And you know what? Maybe I'll be an oil of Olay man. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But you know when they tell you when you're a kid or a teenager, hey, don't fuck with your zits or whatever on your face because they'll leave scars. They do. So I feel like I just have fortunately now my skin's getting so old that the oldness is covering the scarring.
Yeah.
So that's working itself out automatically.
This is just
which
becoming.
is good.
This is no longer a potential for a smooth canvas. Yeah. It's just a very beaten canvas. So now the scars just kind of add to the cornucopia of aged skin.
Yeah, I'm trading in my. The scars for the liver spots or whatever, whatever happens when you get old. So it's real pleasant. Now I get why some people, as they age, just go full leather skin. Because out of all the options, is leather skin that bad? Is the super tan ages you 20 years older? Is that better than just the sheer white scarred liver spots? It's a tough choice.
Right, because there's
very exciting.
The guys who have that, that Italian in them. Unfortunately, your Italian genes seem very recessive. You did not.
I'm
like
not
benefit
Italian,
in that.
far away from the Mediterranean.
Right.
I'm at the calf of the boot.
Right. Yeah, you're basically Swiss.
Yeah.
But those guys that are like. And it was always the guys in their 50s that have the black hair but with silver lining, and it just transitions smoothly into silver but keeps the full head of hair, and they just have that bold mahogany skin where it's like, have you been working in the sun 14 hours a day for the last 30 years? Because there's no burn or anything. It's just this nice caramel skin, or I'm like, man. I mean, melanoma aside, that is a fucking stud look in your 50s. That's a good look.
It is, because it also, somehow it takes away from the fact that you just have a belly with just, the shorts pulled up to the belly button.
Doesn't matter.
It cancels that out, too.
Yeah,
it cancels out all imperfections.
They're allowed to have shorts. They're allowed to just wear shorts with a hilariously globe-esque round belly, and no one gives a shit. No one talks about it. They're not a fat guy. They're just a guy with a massive belly. It's the male pregnant look. I'm a fat guy. Mm-hmm. I'm an overall fat guy. Where these guys, it's there's that thin person with just a baby in front of them. And it's probably filled with like beer and pasta, but like
bread, a lot of carbs.
Right, lots of carbs. And it's just this majestic round. I feel like I want to oil it up and like have it tell me I want to look into it and see my future. Like, it's magical powers. But yeah, that's a good fucking look. That look never ages. Like, that look is always in for the male demographic 50 plus. Always okay to have that look.
What do you see in your future when you look in to the Italian belly?
I see Olive Garden, never-ending soup, salad, and breadsticks. I see a podcast episode 972. You're talking about poop.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of the same shit. Not much evolution, to be honest with you. It's
you either die an Italian carb-filled, wine-filled, heart attack 70, or you live long enough to see yourself become the olive. Is that a thing? I don't know.
It's probably just good to start the episode at this point.
All right.
I've confused my priorities. Isn't it supposed to come to me? Yes, this is how it's meant to be. Every little thing flashing on a screen. Age of convenience. My daddy worked hard for this.
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of like related to the working the olive farms of Italy back in the day and just rubbing it all over you. I don't know, something like that. And as I say that, I look at myself now, and this shirt looked cool when I got it at Kohl's. And now in the small picture, it looks like I'm wearing a Tommy Bahama. It's like
It does. It absolutely
Shit.
does.
I messed up.
Yeah. Are there flamingos on it? I don't.
Yeah, flamingos and palm trees.
Okay.
But it fits better. It's not. No, I've misjudged.
No, you
It doesn't
haven't.
look like
You
this
just
when I
don't-
stand up.
You don't realize how much you haven't misjudged. See, that's the problem, man. Is you're like, oh man, this is like old man gear. Yeah, it is. But you're also not wrong for wearing it. Hint, hint. You're just in that
I
phase.
can't
I'm
believe
sorry.
this is happening.
Yeah,
is-
you're just
this is
living it
awful.
in real time, and it's a lot of people don't get that blessing to understand they're living it in real time and fully making that transition.
My awareness
Yeah.
is now all-time high. I am the old. Yeah, it's
You
happening.
are.
The skin, the shirt, the hairline.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all working. Yeah, what do you, I don't know why. Are you, for blow up, by the way, I'm going to say the word blow up when I say our last episode blew up. It got like 10 times the views our other videos get, and I don't know why. It must have been because of the furry stuff. So now I'm like, did we trigger some furry folk?
Did we
I don't
find
know.
our
or,
niche?
Or did we nail it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it talking about Sabrina Carpenter? Was that it?
Yeah, that sounds right.
All I know is our episode is banned in Russia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So there you go. Much like the Olympics, the Russians are not allowed to see our podcast.
So I don't know when the Olympics end. Soon. This seems like things
Probably
are
this
wrapping
week.
up. Okay. I have watched
Team sports
probably,
are ending.
I have watched more Olympics this year, I think, than I've ever watched.
Dude,
working from home
isn't it
helps.
awesome?
Working from home helps because I can just throw it on. I throw on Peacock and be like, yeah, have whatever's playing. But I'll tell you what I did get into. Accidentally turned on Friday afternoon when I was looking for something. Turned on Break and saw the women's break tournament. And boy, what a delight! I'll tell you, 671 from China. Did not see her going down, but yeah. What a great showing. I am trying to think of who. Ami from Japan won the women's. She beat out Nika from Lithuania. all these countries, me not realizing that these people break dance as well. And folks, if you're like, well, Olympic breakdancing probably feels totally different than what Rio breakdancing is. I don't know, I had a perception of breakdancing going into the Olympics, mostly from pop culture, Run DMC, clips about I Love the 80s, and the movie You Got Served. That's about where my breakdancing knowledge comes from. And the Olympics was about that. There was a like massive stage with judges, but it's like in front of a massive boombox set. And there's just like songs that start playing, and there's no like routine. They just vibe. They start vibing, they start bouncing, and then they start doing stuff. And it's about like not being repetitive. There's 3 rounds, but not structured rounds. It's just like you go, now 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 you go. That's how 3 rounds are. And it's just who wins 2 out of 3. That's it. That's all the judging. And you want to know what's great about it? Who the fuck? There's no scores. You don't get points. You just win the round, which I love that it's so subjective that it's actually mind-blowing because there's no justification for points, like how floor exercises. There was, what event did I watch this weekend where it was like one of the elements of the event went to like 10,000th of a point. I'm like, why do we need, and it's a 3-digit number. So it's like 3 digits, point 4 digits. I'm like, do we need that much specifics in this? But opposite end of the spectrum is breakdancing is just like judge goes, this round, and this round. Why? Because there's like seven or 9 judges, and they just, I think subjectively just go, I say you won that round. It's so rap battle. Like, I felt like I was in the B-side of 8 Mile. Like, it was so fun and subjective. It was the, you know what? Fully throwing my support behind breakdancing in the Olympics. Fully supporting it. 100%.
Well,
let's go.
It is athletic for most people. And it like, I saw some of the dudes doing it too, and like, it's like gymnastics. It might as well be some of those, but scoring stuff is a little weird. But people, obviously, it's like people who know the sport can judge it. I mean, you rarely, I think, in the Olympics get something that's like, that score was way off, that person deserved to win. I can think of like some Canadian figure skaters in years past that happened to. I don't know, but the appeal, I don't know why this. Maybe because the last time Olympics were supposed to happen, COVID was going on. But I think where we are now, and it doesn't always work out this way with social media, but I think because of social media now, and the ability to stream any of the events at all times, like everything's like matching at the right point right now for like the Olympics to be like really fun this year. And all the characters, like I've just been following on Instagram, like a bunch of people that are really interesting. So we've got, I mean, burying the lead with the women's breakdancing is the Australian woman who's fucking the most famous person in the world right now. What a world for viral women. We've had Jojo Siwa, we've had Hak Tua, and now we've got the Australian breakdance. It's going to become, we're having a Mount Rushmore year for
Summer
viral
of
women.
24 is really going viral, all focused on women.
And I don't, you know what, it's hard. Everybody who's listening to this, all of our furry friends, you guys know, you're on the internet. You know, you've all seen the Australian breakdancer. Unreal. Like, I don't know how she got in there. I think she's like some kind of like professor at an Australian university. I don't know how she got into the Olympics because she can't do the moves, but maybe it's her style. Maybe she's on the next, you know.
Well, maybe it's Australian
the
rules.
next gen.
Maybe in
Australian rules breakdancing.
Right. There's Australian rules football, which is not rugby, but maybe there's Australian rules breakdancing, and like that's what they see as a masterpiece. But then on a global scale, they go like, "Oh, that's right. We look like a awkward fish out of water, literally, when we're doing like V's on the ground and just doing that shit." And it doesn't get received well in the greater, the global aspect. So it's also tough because
But she's
like,
more famous than anybody. People would love to meet her. Like, that's the thing. It's like everybody's making fun of her, but it's almost like in a fun way, right? For the most part. Like, I think people like her. Like, she's not hated at all.
Well,
like, people love her.
but there's people that
She
make
could
fun
capitalize.
Yeah, well, of course you can capitalize. You can capitalize on being hated. You can make hated money. You could, if people hate you, you could also have a meet and greet where you charge people and you'll have a line out the door. It's a very weird concept where it's like, I fucking hate this person. $20 to see them? Yeah, okay. $30 for a picture? Yeah, okay. The world's weird, but I wouldn't say it's people. It's people are laughing at her, not laughing with her. And so that is a...
Yes.
That's not everyone loves her. That's everyone appreciates that she exists for their humor.
But I think it's the same kind of laugh that you would have if somebody, at work fell up the stairs or something like that. And it'd be like everybody would laugh and it'd be like, because everybody's like probably concerned for her, I would think right now. Like, is she okay? Like, it's got to be a little bit of like, wow, she's getting torched. Is she okay? Is she alive? Like, is she well? And then, but it's like we all love her, but we just have to laugh at her for this moment.
But
she brings out the Olympic spirit, right?
No, that's not
Like,
the Olympic
brings the
spirit.
world
What does that even mean?
She brings the world together.
No!
She's bringing the entire world together.
All right, first off, you have no fucking clue what's going on outside of the U.S., so shut up. Like, Jeff,
I think everybody's in on this.
I'm looking at the stats in North Korea. They fucking love this chick. No, you are not. So let's stop with that. But no, that's not the Olympic spirit. That makes no sense because the Olympic spirit isn't about randos going to the fucking global stage of excellence and athleticism to look like a fucking nut job. Like, that's not the spirit of the Olympics, you clown. Make me a bicycle. Like, what are you doing? Like, the spirit of the Olympics.
It's unreal that she got into the Olympics.
Yes.
I might try out for 2028.
Oh, I just want to know: are we also doing the? Oh Christ! I don't even know. I don't even know that. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not sure that it's okay to do. I was gonna say,
hey, we can edit it out. We never do, but we could.
Just remember, we can always edit. We can always choose to not edit it out. I mean, how long is this going? Are we gonna see Paralympics breakdancing? Because I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love to see Paralympics.
Is it in?
I don't know.
Do we know
I'm
for
asking.
sure that it's not. Do we know? Because the Paralympics happened right after the.
Right.
I don't know. Is it in there? Did not make the Paralympics.
It's called.
Did not.
It's called breaking, not break dancing, which I guess that's a whole thing.
Of course. Yeah.
Because it's not.
Also,
dance.
Well, it's like they introduced a lot of like, and I there's got to be like an enlightened self-interest to bring in. It's sort of like 30 years behind, but it's like we gotta catch up with this with the kids. We got to introduce skateboarding and surfing and breakdancing. Kids like this, right? Yeah, they like this. They like Indiana Jones. They like Stand By Me. It's like we gotta keep up with everything.
I want announcers more appropriate. Like, the problem is the announcers for breaking was fucking terrible. Because it'd be like 2 minutes of them doing stuff, and they'd be like, oh wow, would you look at that? I'm like, that's what you're bringing to the table? I feel like I could do the commentary for breaking way better than the clowns that did on TV. B-Boy Reggie or whatever the fuck his name was. Yeah, like, so that's a problem. They got to work on the commentary. I want Noah Eagle talking to me about really breaking it down, football commentary style. Noah Eagle also did a great job on the men's basketball final with D Wade on the American
D Wade was good
broadcast.
I gotta say.
So I did appreciate them. But yeah, I want better.
The problem is,
want better play-by-play.
They always bring in, like, I think the instinct for Olympics coverage is to bring in the expert who's good at the sport versus the person who's good at commentating. Like, they should just have a regular person. That's not a bad. I like that. Bouncing off your ideas, have a regular person there with like maybe have the expert who knows the sport and the rules, but then somebody to be like, holy shit, it's awesome. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That's unreal.
I need the expert doing play-by-play, but in the essence of literally only doing play-by-play. I want them dictating what they're doing. So, like, tell me the names of moves and stuff like that. Like, tell me literally what they're doing, the technical. That should be the play-by-play. But the color should be very color commentary and really take the lead on, like, the emotional side of it. Be like, oh, man, that looked sick. Like, I want to be, like, kind of like, I want to be a weird, maybe homeless 20-year-old from, like, the area. And, like, actually, I want them to be, like, maybe on some sort of drug. I want emotion in this and be like, oh, like just like weird elongated stuff. Exactly. Yeah. So I want Pepper Brooks. Yeah. So I think that's going to be their biggest opportunity for 2028. If we're looking to do constructive criticism, is going to be,
and it's in LA too.
You need better play-by-play. Well, then we should be able to scrounge up some
pretty
ruffians,
sure.
Right. That's go down to.
We should be able to figure that out.
Go to Compton and find some lucky souls to figure this out.
Skid Row, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely got a lot of build. I like that skateboarding's in. But you say that we have to adapt to change for these kids. Well, we also really could even more so afford to get rid of a lot of events. And you can't convince me they do well. And that people give a shit. We still have dancing horses. Dancing horses.
Equestrian.
Dressage it's called. Dancing horses, where we give medals to humans for horses doing cool stuff. It's not even that cool.
If you can prove the horses love winning medals, I'm in.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Horse gets real excited.
Give me a horse interview and lay it out for me. But like, this is dumb. I'd rather see like the Westminster dogs. That if we're gonna do horses, why can't I see a cool dog show? At least dogs are like you ever see when ESPN does go rogue and they do like the dog events where like they'll see what dog can jump the longest into a pool, like chasing a frisbee.
Oh yeah,
it's insane looking. There's dogs that have like
dog
23
agility courses.
feet. Like I'm like, what is happening? Like that's the stuff I want to see. If we're gonna be doing animals, like let's race turtles and shit. Let's get really, really dumb with it. I want to see kangaroos box. Like that could be a medal, but we'll give the medal to the humans because the humans coached them. Like they coached the kangaroo. Like, dude, remember Robot Wars on like Spike TV from like late 90s, early 2000s? Let's do that as an Olympic sport.
Dude. Why isn't BattleBots in the Olympics?
Right, BattleBots. That's what I'm talking about. Like BattleBots.
That's closer than anything. More of a sport than anything else.
Right.
I think we need to eliminate.
We got a lot of sports we can eliminate, and I think we should start hacking them.
We don't need 4 levels of diving just to boost China's gold medals. I'm sorry. You know what? This is a little pro-America. I'm gonna go pro-America. Sorry.
Wow,
sorry.
You are
sorry,
pissing
libtards.
off.
Sorry, I'm going to go pro-America.
You're pissing off like 2 billion potential podcast listeners if our podcast is allowed in China.
Yeah.
You are upsetting a lot of people.
Banned in China now.
Banned in China and Russia.
Like that's the angle. It's like, well, no, you got to count all the medals. It's like, no, China has 1 more gold, so they're in first place. Yeah, but they're all diving. Stop. They can't keep getting away with it. It's unreal. They're so damn good at anything that involves like repetitive technique. The Chinese have it down. It's unreal. Fortunately, we just have, I guess track and field's our bag. Swimming. We mix it up though. I love seeing like an American take like a freestyle wrestling medal or something we don't normally get. You know, toss in like a shot put once in a while.
We all love curling.
Somehow, how did we go 0 on the shooting? That's un-American. I don't understand.
It truly is. Let's see. So in medals in wrestling, it looks like overall in all of the wrestling events, we got 2 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. Japan got 8 gold in wrestling this year. Wow.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of wrestlers work in Japan. It's pretty popular spot for the indies. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, how about that shooting? The guy from Turkey, he had his had his moment online.
How is that a sport?
But it's so good. I love that everyone looks like a fucking cyborg with like these crazy things. And Turkey guy literally looks like he rolled out of bed late to the Olympics, showed up, hand in pocket with wearing a t-shirt and just like, pow, pow. Good for him. Seems like a nice fellow.
Who's a bigger star from these Olympics? Is it breakdance girl?
Yeah.
Or big dick pole vaulter?
Ooh, big dick pole vaulter.
Who's going to stand the test of time?
It's going to be big dick pole vaulter. Now, big dick pole vaulter, the problem is being... Folks, for those of you that don't know, because you are probably really curious, there's a man who lost his jump in the pole vault because his junk knocked the pole off the rail. Very sad state of affairs. I don't know if that's a win or a loss. The judges are still out because if you're going to lose, what a way to lose. Certainly he's going to make his post-Olympic love life really probably skyrocket if he's single. But the problem is what's more marketable to cash in on, as you had mentioned, ride the wave, cash in on it. That is Australian breakdancer lady, because that's funnier overall. And comedy is where you cash in, compared to those two. You can't because he can't go on talk shows and be like, okay, we have the big dick pole vaulter here. So tell me, what was it like when your penis?
Yeah, what other questions do you ask?
Yeah, like you can't. There's nothing to talk about. Australian breakdancer,
what's it like
you can
to
talk.
Zip your pants every day? That's got to be hard,
right? And Australian breakdancer, they can be like, well, we actually have a tape. Can you give us a little bit of moves? You can't do that with big dick pole vaulter on national television. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. So
that'd be great if it comes out, because there are sports scandals now in every sport. Fishing, poker has scandals now. Chess, a lot of stuff in butts and stuff like that keep happening. Stuff getting stuffed places, and communication devices and vibrating things and sinkers and all kinds of stuff. What if he literally sandbagged his Olympic chances with sandbag balls?
But tell me,
just so he could catch
what
the
competitive
the
advantage. Was this not competitive advantage? He was thinking post-Olympics the whole time?
Yes.
He's like,
he's building a brand.
The Olympics the Olympics don't make me money, but an insanely large crotchal region and lore absolutely can stand the test of time. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, that is it, because it's like, I think that's been some of the fun with the Olympics. In a way, like, it sort of snuck up on me this year, because I knew it was coming, but I wasn't excited. I don't know why. Maybe because the last one felt like a dud in a way, or maybe because it's COVID stuff. Mm-hmm. But then it's just, the more you'd watch, I was like, I forgot how much I was in. It almost like brought out like the kid in me part of it that used to get excited about all the sports and games and all that shit. And, you'd wake up and there'd be stuff on already during the day. And, but then just all the personalities involved, and like the tying it to Instagram, like it was so, like the rugby girls, for example, that fucking awesome rugby highlight on like day 2 or 3 or whatever it was, that got me like really into the Olympics, like seeing that play. And then like there's like 2 girls on the team that are hilarious. This one girl, Alana, something like that, just kind of this beefy girl who's just going around the Olympic Village. She's very self-deprecating, but very funny. And then this other girl, Sam, who fucking loves Lego. And like, she's on my algorithm, and I just saw all of her videos from before the Olympics, and her house is just filled with Lego. She keeps wanting to like get Lego as a sponsor. And then she finally, like, they won the bronze, shockingly. And now she keeps tagging Lego to try to get sponsors. Now all these people are trying to get a sponsorship with Lego. But it's amazing because she's like this beautiful woman. She's a gold medalist. She's strong as fuck. And like, she's very marketable, but she's such a geek because she's like hardcore. Like, she brought Legos with her too. She like has them in her pockets all the time. Like, she's just kind of like really weird.
And it's weird because like, as Lego, why would you not want that sponsorship?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta be all over.
You don't need to fucking like, she's not gonna hardball. She knows like this is her shot to get sponsorship. So like Lego's going to be like, oh, we can't afford a bronze medalist rugby player. Like, I mean, we're not made of gold. You are. You're fucking Lego. People are going to buy you infinitely. But why not try to get other markets by doing this? Come on, Lego. We're behind. We're throwing our support, and if that doesn't push the scales, I don't know what does. Or push the needle.
The move is making a Lego female rugby player. Just got a lot of brick. You know what I'm saying?
Full sized.
A lot of brick in that booty.
Full sized, anatomically correct.
Mm-hmm. They're all tanks. They're all tanks from the waist down and the waist up, really. Mm-hmm. But they're thick everywhere, you know. And that could be a lot of brick. That could be a 2,000-piece set. Just the brick booty. That's what I'm saying.
Just the butt.
I'm pitching.
Butt is all is the brick. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. 600.
So they're in for a gold mine. If Lego wants to go adult, that's where you go. I mean, I guess you can make anything with Lego. That's the whole idea. Somebody could just do it custom. But I want a set. I want to flip through each page.
Yeah, you get a set. Now, what Lego does is even lazier. Is Lego has fan submissions. Like Lego goes like, all right, what do you want licensed? Like, we'll sell that. Like, they don't even do the fucking legwork. So I don't know who's working marketing at Lego, but they're brilliant because they're just like, I think the best thing we should do is just hold a contest where people can send in what they would love to see for Lego sets, and then we'll do that, and then they'll buy it because they asked for it and we gave it to them, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Like, that's smart.
Yeah,
just brand whatever.
Sure.
And then
Fan
just
service.
sell that. Yeah.
Wow. Star Wars, Marvel, and Harry Potter. Who'd have thought? You could charge extra for all of it.
Weird, because it's like, right, if those niche nerds, it's just like, dude, you can release anything. You could be like, Jar Jar Binks' left boot is a set. And people are like, that's so fucking dumb. I'll take it. Sure, I'm in.
I need it.
What is it, $75? Fine.
Misa going broke.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Lego. Here's the plan. If I'm in Lego right now, one of the coolest things they've made in the last decade is the video game. So what you do, just make a Lego Olympics video game and put the sports in there. You know, a la like all the Mario sports games, like make it fun, kitschy, you know, but actually like good gameplay with Lego characters and shit like that. You could definitely make a rugby game with Lego, basketball, all of it. Like sort of like a combo of sim games and Wii Sports. Just make them all Legos. People would buy it. Lego, you're welcome.
Because the Lego video games are good. Yeah, I'm literally currently playing Lego Batman 3.
So I mean, like, use those physics, put it into sports. People would play it.
Absolutely,
easy.
I would. That would actually be
Super
really funny.
Easy. Lego football and football.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah.
Nice. Legolympics. Legolympics. Boom.
Oh my
Boom.
God.
Just created the game. Legolympics. Yeah. You're welcome, Earth.
Yeah.
Complete with big
Lego
dick.
Olympics.
Like, there could be cutscenes, and like you could do the pole vault, but then it shows like a cutscene of showing him do the pole vault, and the little thing goes over. Because Lego, folks, for those of you that don't know, Lego games, they actually have really creative writing, and they'll do like...
Yeah, they're silly.
Yeah, they're silly, mostly family friendly, but they push the envelope a little times. They're like a Shrek movie. Like, they'll do subtleties and jabs and stuff like that. So yeah, you do Turkish shooter guy, and you do big dick pole vaulter, and
Dude, big dick character is just like a regular one, except he's got just that little one piece.
Yep.
Just on his pants. That's all it is. Oh, that'd be great. Just that little single nub, but it works. Yep. It tells a story. That's what Lego's about, telling a story.
One brick tells a story. One single nub brick tells a story.
Every brick tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Have you gambled on any of the Olympics?
I have not. Have you?
Yeah, I have. Made some good money on the Kenyan distance runner yesterday. Go figure. She was minus 250, but I was like, she can't lose. It was like 5,000 or something like that.
Is that racist, or is that very supportive? I don't know. I'm confused.
I was supporting. I was heavily
Well,
supportive.
that's true. That's true. You needed the money, so I guess that's the best. Yeah, I guess if you were like, yeah, I took
Well, she was
the
minus
field.
250. So a lot of juice on that one.
Yeah. Wow, that's
I had to
a
bet,
heavy favorite. But for running,
I had to bet like
for running, it
$50
makes
to
sense.
win 20.
For running, that makes sense because betting on a heavy favorite for running, you're like they're fast. The end. Like you have literal times against people. It's basically an individual sport. Like it's them against the clock, not technically. It's a bunch of people against a clock, not technically everyone against each other. So like, yeah, that's a pretty safe bet to take a favorite in running. Except for the guy was it the American? The guy who fucking had COVID and fucking still won the bronze?
Yeah, Lyles. Yeah.
I'm like, what the you can't run with a respiratory issue and still bronze. How do you
Just
lose to
200
that
meters.
guy? How are you an Olympian and you take that to heart and you go, wait, that guy beat me and he had fucking COVID?
He was in a wheelchair afterwards.
Yeah. Like ripping off his shirt. He's like, I'm like, oh God, he's going to Hulk up. What's happening? The gamma rays. Oh no, he just had COVID. Okay, well that's also fucking terrible.
You know what's wild too is it doesn't matter who the favorites are, hurdles. That can get ugly. Still the best people in the world at it can still fuck up. Like still hit a hurdle, fall down. Like it's rough. It's pretty brutal, some of those.
Speaking of silly events, someone went, what can we do? What can we add to track and field? Because, right, they always got to have another type of a race. So they're like, well, let's take hurdles. Let's take hurdles and let's make one big hurdle every once in a while for people to jump over. And they're like, well, that just seems convoluted. Exactly. But get this. At the end, there's going to be water after one of these massive hurdles, too. All right, they're never going to go for that. No, dude, it's funny. Then they're going to have to run in shitty wet shoes to finish the race. Isn't that great?
I know.
What? What is it called? It's called a steeplechase. I don't understand. Is there something they're chasing? Not really. Is there a steeple involved, like the top of a church? No, there is not that involved. Steeplechase it is. All right. Now you said, just to confirm, one big hurdle every once in a while and then one hurdle into a pile of water? Yeah. Perfect. Olympics. Stop it.
That's the weirdest. So it must have, like, whenever that event got formed in days of yore, I'm sure it was actually a trail that involved, like, running through part of a river or something like that, and it made sense. And now it's like it's totally out of context.
Right.
It's totally unreal.
Why don't you just instead do like a tough mudder course, literally just like an Olympic tough mudder? Like, just do that.
Yes.
I'd rather see that than whatever the fuck this hybrid clusterfuck is.
I forgot about the steeplechase, and the Olympics inspired me to go to our alma mater, our high school track, and do some laps there. And I was like, oh shit, they got the thing here, the steeple. People do that still.
Really?
Yeah, it's on the track. It's covered. I guess they don't want people running through it. But I was like, I still don't get it. But it must be the event. Somebody's like, well, I'm not good at the 100.
Absolutely.
It's like the catch-all. It's like,
yeah,
it's definitely like the first. Whoever is the first goalie in soccer is like whoever, like you're the kid who can't run or who just doesn't have the skills. It's like, go play goalie. That's the track and field version of that. It's like, hey, you run through the water. Like, go for it, Johnny. You can do it. We believe in you. like that kid, and all of a sudden you're a specialist. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like walking or going around the track though, because it's always the same. It's weird, like going in the same direction. I had to stop halfway and go the other way because I felt like off balance. Because like it subtly uses, like when you're turning left slowly the whole time, like you can sort of feel it in your body off balance a little bit, or just like one of your legs is favoring something like that. So I had to go. It's like rotating your tires or something like that. So I was like, how do they do it? How do they do it?
So, well,
just growing
if
up,
you're-
going the same
if
direction
you're
all the time.
running, because if you're running, that's why you can like change lanes and stuff, is to go kind of like work with that momentum. There's a reason to it, because on an outdoor track though, it's not angled at any point, is it? Like at the turns,
No,
it
it's
doesn't
rounded.
angle up. It's just still flat on the ground though, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
angle
it's
up
flat.
like an indoor track. A lot of indoor tracks
It's like
on
a
the corners.
velodrome.
Yeah, on the corners, like it's more like a roller derby rink or like an ice skating rink sometimes, where it's like it'll like fucking angle and shit. But well, I guess that doesn't do in ice skating, but in roller derby rinks. So, yeah, I mean, I get that because now was there other people on the track at the time? Did you have any like walkers
No.
or anything? Wow, probably too hot.
No, but there was a guy practicing with his drone over me, and it was very annoying. I don't understand. So you know the high school area, it's probably a few acres, and there's literally nobody in the whole field anywhere. And this guy parks his car and is playing with his drone, but just doing it over like the lap field instead of like going anywhere else. And it was hella annoying. I don't know why he was doing it.
That is
I
really
was like,
stupid.
Could you? I was like, I'm sure you're not filming me. I don't know why you would be, but could you just go literally anywhere else,
folks, literally.
So annoying.
Folks, there is the high school track. Then to the side of that, directly behind the high school, there is a large hill followed by a soccer field, then a small hill, another soccer field, a small hill, another soccer field, then a baseball field next to that. So that's how deep it goes. There's a flat area almost the size of a soccer field behind the track, and there's tennis courts to the other side of those soccer fields.
Yeah.
And this
There's
guy
another
went
side
right
by
where
the
Matt
parking
is.
lot. Yeah.
Correct.
With
This
like
guy ran
a field hockey court grass is like.
This is probably a good 5 to 7 acre piece of land, and he went right where Matt was.
Yeah, unreal. It's like it fucked with me for sure. I was not digging it.
I am trying to get a PR. You're
I know.
ruining this whole thing.
Then you go through the thing of he's definitely filming me. He thinks I'm very athletic.
yeah.
He's gonna jerk off to this. I know he is.
Then you get inspired.
And I don't know
and
if
you
I
start
like
working
that.
harder. No, you did. You didn't like it, but you realized it upped your level of commitment.
Sucking my
to
gut. I was like, this hurts. This hurts. This hurts. I gotta look good when he posts this online for nobody. Which is the policy of this podcast, I guess, anyway, too. But still. You know what's also resonated with me? I forgot we mentioned it before, like, I'm not a big... I don't understand nationalism. I may have grown out of it. Like, the idea of, like, America versus the world or anything like that. Like, I have a hard time with, like, separating human beings into just where they live geographically. Like, philosophically, just as human... where we all suffer the same fate in a way. We all are born. We all die. We all deal with our own things in life. But because of where you're born, you're supposed to be more proud of certain things because of where the map is. And it's like really weird to me to be pro-America. And I don't need to go too deep into it, but fuck it all in the Olympics, man. I'm in. When I hear that Star Spangled Banner, I'm like, let's fucking go. I'm like, oh boy, I get a little verklempt, a little teary eye for some of these people when it's going and they're.
It's funny you say that because I found something on Instagram that was perfect. It says it was like a meme / film, and it says like me for the last 4 years. This country is so fucked, messed up piece of shit. Me during the Olympics, and it's a guy from like the 80s being like, I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy, wearing like Uncle Sam outfit, and it's so true. Right? I like the Olympics, and it's the better and like sport fan in me is like, well, I gotta be rooting for someone, right? So even in breakdancing, I was rooting for 671 to go down in China because that's her break name. They go by their break names. They're allowed to in Olympics. So she goes by 671 or 871. Now I'm forgetting which one she is. But she was the best and she was from China, and I'm just like, she doesn't look like she's enjoying herself. She's cocky. I'm rooting against her. I'm like, go Lithuania. I'm like, get her. And like was pumped when Lithuania. So like even when it's not, I got to root for someone. So it's like, I guess home field. But yeah, it's tough because fuck our country's fucked. We have a lot of problems in 2024. Like we are not good at country. So like it's hard to root for this. Like I'll root for the individuals because I need a side to root for, but I'm not going to be like America, fuck yeah. Like it's not blind patriotism's not a good idea. Blind patriotism is what leads to dingleberries following a certain presidential candidate like he's a fucking King Jesus. But I'll leave that at that. But like, yeah, patriotism, I agree with you on the mass level. I'm like, I don't like it because it's, what are you actually rooting for? It sounds like you're rooting for the politicians that run your country, and that's certainly people I don't root for. So I will root for the individuals because I do like the aspect of, I have no fucking clue who this person is, but good for them for being the best from the general geographic area that I'm from. And so like, I'll leave it at that. But if US isn't involved, you better believe I grab someone to glom onto, and I'm like, I like this person. I want them to win.
Yep. Mine is always, if America's not involved, then my next choice is whoever's the most beautiful. I always like that. That's a good tie break. And then after that, if they're all kind of beautiful, which a lot of times they are because they're all athletes, then I go for whoever seems like they're the most out of shape, like the underdog. I'll go for that person. Mm-hmm. Or who's from the country that, like, is either the coldest country in the Summer Olympics or the warmest country in the Winter Olympics. I'll go on for one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
those.
Let me see. I like those ones where you're like, okay, and this person is from like Nairobi, and they are the only athlete that Nairobi sent to the Olympics this year. And you're like, yo, the Olympic Village has to be fucking lonely for that person. I'm like, especially if they also speak their own language. It's like, shit. I'm like, they have like no one to talk to. Why is this so sad for them?
Even the Ethiopians are like, don't talk to them. It's from Nairobi. It's like, ew.
Right.
Ew.
Are you from where I'm from? No.
Ick.
Damn.
I've got the ick. Did you? Well, there was this race where an American should have won. I don't know if it's Shikari or somebody, like she came in second to this woman from like St. Lucia or something. And it was like their first medal ever that they've ever won as a country. And in their like capital city or whatever, people were like in the town square going crazy, like partying because they won their first ever Olympic gold. And I was like, that's such a cool feeling that we don't really get to have anymore. Even like yesterday when I was watching the men's basketball, like they won and you're kind of like, yeah, well, you're supposed to. Or like any other time we win, it's like, good job. I mean, it would take us like a sport that we're not supposed to, but even then we're like not overly impressed. So like, I think it's cool. I love seeing that. Yeah. Just like people or countries represented who have never won or shock the world, do something. Cause that's the real spirit of the Olympics. And I know I haven't said that before. I know what the real spirit of the Olympics is.
Now this is
countries. Yeah.
So we got some Olympic stats here. So the smallest country to compete in the Olympics is Nauru, Nauru. It has an estimated population of 12,100 people, and they are competing in the Olympics.
Really?
They've sent 15 Olympians over the last 7 games. Since Atlanta, no, it doesn't. But since Atlanta in 96, they've sent a combined 15 people. Other facts. The most populous country to never win an Olympic medal at all, never medal, is Bangladesh with almost 170 million people, and they've never medaled.
Medal?
Let's see.
Wouldn't they be good at like ping pong? Isn't that like the ping pong capital? Badminton, all that shit?
Not good enough.
Wow.
60 countries have never medaled, but Bangladesh is the largest one, including other large ones like Bolivia, Cambodia, Honduras, Nepal, and Yemen. Monaco has competed in 21 summer games and has never earned a gold medal. So they're good at Formula One racing, but not good at Olympics. Let's see.
Those are some stats.
They are. Yeah, and then it just goes into like U.S. has hosted the most Olympics. Can you guess how many athletes? Well, this is weird. It says an estimate amount of athletes. I'm like, shouldn't we have hard numbers of Olympians?
What, for this year?
Yeah. So, can you guess how many Olympians total were set to compete at the Olympics? Sorry, that's because this was as of January or July 12th. So, the estimated amount. How many Olympians total across the globe went to the Summer Olympics to compete?
2,000.
You are very under.
Really?
You are low. You are low.
5,000.
Higher.
10,000.
More.
What? 20,000.
No. You are now getting completely out of hand. The projected amount of Olympians at this games was 10,500.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So yeah, I know. I would have guessed like 5,000, maybe. But
What a sex
10,000
party.
10,000, right? I know. All of the sexes, but
All it takes is one. All it takes is one case. And that'll do. Did you see they had those cardboard beds that they were hoping would deter people boning? There's no way that helped.
it's
These
definitely
athletes can bone standing up.
What's important. That's true. And what's important is that we definitely make sure that competing athletes don't have comfort when they're sleeping.
I know, yeah.
Like, aren't you shitting on the games
No.
when you're like, hope you get a good night's sleep, idiot? Like, now I get why Team America sent their basketball players to a fucking hotel. Like, they're
Oh,
like,
they couldn't have slept on those things.
yeah. Well, first off, they're probably like six feet long, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if you know how basketball works. These guys are generally pretty tall. Seth Curry is the tiniest guy at like 6'2". But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
For
Because
LA,
the athletes
they're gonna
also make no fucking money, and the Olympics is just a fucking money grab because all it is capitalism. It's national pride is its only purpose is to get you to watch, which gets the network's advertising dollars. Never forget that. There's no national pride. They don't pay these Olympians dick. Like Olympic gold medalists, I think it came out that US pays them like $38,000 for a gold medal. What a fuck you in 2024. Like I think Japan pays their gold medalists like I think I read like $975,000 for a gold medal in Japan. And we don't even give them
but we let them
$50,000.
work at Home Depot.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking sponsor that chick, Lego. She needs fucking money. She needs your support.
Well, that's why in LA, it's the perfect opportunity to put all these athletes into a villa and film the whole thing. Sexcapades and all, make it a reality show, turn them all famous. Like, let them be famous. Let them capture Instagram followers, all that, you know?
Hard Knocks Olympics. Hard Knocks Olympics.
Oh, yes.
Just do a Hard Knocks. Like, the NFL already has a
just do
great
it.
gig. Just do Hard Knocks. Everything, fucking raw footage and stuff, real up close and
We
personal.
don't need to protect anything about the Olympics. Mm-hmm. We're adults here.
Nothing is sacred. We
And
just
children
want to
just don't
act
watch.
like we're still fine with acting like anything is sacred. So if you think it's sacred, then it's still sacred. But
Prime time's fine.
Yeah.
But then after midnight, you get to watch. It's like Big Brother After Dark or whatever. Any of those shows.
there you go.
You get to watch it all, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. We'll make sure that they have
that'd be-
smashing hours. No smashing outside of this time frame.
Yeah.
We'll have like quad box. It'll
I
actually be
did-
hosted 24 hours a day by Scott Hansen, who does Red Zone.
Yeah.
That'll be fantastic.
And we're approaching an orgy in the water polo apartment.
Right. It's this. We're approaching the smashing hour.
Anytime we're
where
close,
friends
yeah.
become hookups, and hookups
Yeah.
become poor decisions.
And-
It's the witching hour.
And we're in the friend zone. We're going to take you away from here and go to archery.
Ooh, they did not convert. They did not convert. Because we're on time frame, I want to let you know. By the skin of her teeth and the skin of my teeth, because of my irresponsibility, I too had to use a 24-hour Cameo request, even though I'm a week late. And she got it in at like 8:30 this morning by the skin of their teeth.
Wow.
So I did email it to your Gmail. I have not yet seen it, of course, because it just came in. But I'm like, this is great because if she hits the she would have hit the 24-hour mark about 20 minutes ago, which would have been great if she didn't hit it while we were live on the podcast. But she came through at about 8:30.
Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Wow.
So let's
This
see
is
how this
very
pans out.
exciting.
I hope I sent it
All
to
right,
your
so let's
Gmail.
see. How did I do it last time? Did I have to? I guess I'll just open it. I guess I'll just open it. You know. Let's see. Let's share the screen. My personalized message from Ava. Are we ready for this?
The best part is
This
if
is
it's-
very
if it's-
exciting.
If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's good. I figure we win either way.
All right. Here we go.
How long is
Message
that?
from Ava. 2 minutes and 42 seconds.
Wow. All right.
That's a good. Yeah. I see. Oh, God. All right. I'm feeling on this. I see a Wendy's. I'm feeling some kind of like.
What? Oh, is
I'm
she
feeling
at
a
work?
spectrum on this.
Is she in the work bathroom?
What?
I think she's
Is
wearing
she?
a
Does she
Wendy's
work at
shirt.
Wendy's?
I think she's wearing a Wendy's shirt, a Wendy's hat, and she's in the Wendy's bathroom and is doing this at work. I'm not kidding, folks. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
fuck
that's
yeah.
the situation. That's fantastic.
Wow. I can't wait. This is very exciting. All right.
Folks, I really suggest
Here's a
you
message.
watch the video. If you watch the furry one from last week, mine, I think we're in for a treat.
All right. Please enjoy a cameo from Ava.
Hi, Matt. This is from Jeff. Now, I am in the bathroom on the clock at my unnamed
is.
job.
Unnamed job.
Look at this. So, Jeff loves you very much because he paid for 24 hours for me to film this, which leads to me on the clock at work at 8 in
She
the
said
morning.
that?
Coming to the bathroom. Jeff wants me to recruit you, Matt, to the Mormon Church. Now, I grew up Catholic. I did Catholic Sunday school for like 7 years. Also, I'm so sorry if you can't hear me. This music is so loud and this echo is so bad. But I grew up Catholic, and the church was pretty lit. I will say we watched a lot of Veggie Tales, Donkey Ollies, a
Pretty
classic. Look it up; it's horrifying. Love it. We don't have a lot of Mormons here. A lot of Amish, actually. A lot of Amish, a lot of Mennonites.
Where's she from?
Not
Like
a lot of
Pennsylvania,
Mormons.
Ohio?
So maybe you should read that book of Mormon. Apparently, you love Creed. Shall we take
No!
her to a place where you join the Mormon Church? You like my cover?
Fuck
Like
yeah.
kayaking. When I did swim team, our practice was often at the same time as people would do kayaking practice, and kayaking is horrifying. I'm scared of it, so that's really impressive. You love Nicolas Cage. Now, I don't know if you've seen the new movie, Long Legs. I've not seen it, but I know Nick Cage is like this main scary guy. And I'm sure you're familiar with Nicolas Cage's face, but his face is very recognizable. So my friends went and saw that movie, and they told me it was not scary, and they could not stop laughing because every time Nicolas Cage was on screen, they couldn't take him serious.
I get that.
And that's why I didn't see it, because I heard it was bad. But Nicolas Cage is probably in the Mormon Church. So
Ooh, good pitch. Good pitch.
you should take a look at that.
It's a hard
I've
sell.
heard Nicolas Cage also enjoys kayaking at the Mormon Church.
Wow.
So maybe you should, I don't know, you should
Bold.
come to do they call them sermons? What do they call them?
She's laying it all out.
A little get together at the Mormon Church with Nicolas Cage. Today is Sunday. So
no
maybe you should
idea.
look at that.
She's got a vibe.
Matt, let me know if you become a Mormon. I'm very curious, would love to know. And I hope
you
you
can
really
make her
liked
a
my
Mormon.
Creed cover. I know like 2 Creed songs, so.
How does nobody walking in on the bathroom? I guess because it's like,
I mean, if it's 8 a.m. at Wendy's,
like
I'm not
7
sure
in the
there's
morning.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's
Yeah.
a big push for the bathroom at Wendy's at 8 a.m.
Dude, so appreciate her. Thank you, Ava. Clearly a big Pokemon fan. Got all the pins on her hat there, or on their hat. Not sure. But I mean, I love the fact that she got up this morning, didn't know, I mean, had a 24-hour request. She was like, I'm going to fulfill this for sure. At work, what's her title on Cameo? What's her profession? Does it say? Does it just say like influencer, fast food influencer? I love it that she's like at an unnamed location. She seems fun. I got to say that.
She did say unknown location, but also very much was like saying it tongue in cheek because she knew full well you could tell where she was.
She gets it.
Let me see.
She gets
world-renowned internet macro celeb. I think she dubbed herself that. So good on her.
Macro celeb.
She had 23 reviews. She put emo freak fun y guy, follow me on Twitter. Oh, so she's on Twitter if you want at GLRLTWLNK. I have no idea. For epic moments, I just ramble for a few minutes because I'm on so many stimulants. 100% customer satisfaction. Don't read the reviews. I'm not lying. So I'm like, well, that's weird and concerning, but I'm like, that's kind of why I want to venture in. Is I'm like, everyone's not praising her. So like, again, I want the wild card feeling for myself of being like, all right, she's rated a 4.26. Definitely some good ones, but definitely some ones.
I think, because the key to a cameo is, to me, a good cameo, an authentic cameo, is not practicing it. It's not rehearsing it.
Nope.
It's while you're in the middle of it, acknowledging what's happening, being like too fourth wall breaking, and being like, oh, I'm at work, and he said, oh, and like reading the message basically as you're going through, like having no prep at all, like any of that. You want it to be very in the moment and one take. You don't want a second take. You want to just be that first take.
So one of her 1-star reviews, 2 of them have no comments, but one of them says, this stupid slag, who the fuck do you think you're speaking to me like that? That's all it says. So I want that Cameo. Can I pay to get that recording? Is that something Cameo does? Can I see their results? I want to see every Cameo person's 1-star result. But I'm gonna leave
Mormon Church.
I'm gonna leave a nice positive review.
I will too. I can review it too, or like it.
Okay.
Because she, you know what? She started. I mean, she just was going with the flow, but there was a very comprehensive pitch to get me to the Mormon Church. Yep. Tossing in a kayaking Nicolas Cage as a member. That's the way.
It's a good sell.
And improving a Creed cover. I couldn't tell exactly what cover she was going for.
I think she was saying higher.
She didn't stop.
But
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Great job, Ava.
Well done. And let me leave you with this, because I tied in a Matt's note that I thought about because of the Olympics. And the gist of it was something like, we don't really use the word spangled enough in our daily lives. For being such a famous word that everybody knows, none of us use it ever, you know?
Right.
Why don't we use the word spangled?
There is... I would love to know, like, if AI has the record books for me, I'd love to know if I ever used the word spangled in a conversation other than something being star-spangled, particularly banners.
Well, so with that in mind, I did ask AI
to
write a story, a type of story, a paragraph story, using the word spangled 5 times.
Okay.
And this is that story. At the bustling furry convention, the main hall was a riot of color and excitement, with costumes that were as spangled as they were imaginative. Each attendee showcased their own spangled attire, from shimmering tails to glittering masks that sparkled under the convention lights. The dance floor was alive with energy, where the music was accompanied by a spangled array of flashing lights and sequined outfits that created a dazzling spectacle. In the corner, a group of friends gathered, their costumes so spangled that they seemed to glow with every moment, embodying the joy and creativity of the event. The whole convention felt like a celebration wrapped in a spangled blanket of enthusiasm and artistic expression.
Nope, you had it right the first time. It's so great because it sounds like a third grader writing a story after they learned spangled for vocabulary that week.
I was like, now I know why we don't use spangled.
It's so heavily spangled, that story. But you want to know what?
This story is spangled with spangled.
There's something to take away from this. And that is because we knew what you were trying to do, and it's a word that we don't hear often. We were able to understand that the story sounded weird because spangled was used so often, correct? The story it stuck out.
Correct.
So the problem is people do that and they don't realize they do it. But we all choose words that we don't realize that we hang on to heavily. And they're like crutch words for us, but we all have like different weird ones. And I see it a lot at work and like coming out. And people just don't, their brains don't trigger it as such. It's like saying after a lot of things. When people give presentations and there are people who notoriously say you know, like. There's words like that we like to use. Different descriptive words. People have preferences. So just be mindful of that, folks. Don't hang on to a word because to other people it sounds fucking agitating because they're like, how many times are they going to say this one word?
Yeah, you sound like a spangled idiot.
Nice.
Did I use it right?
Nope. But that's why you're going to keep not using it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, thank you, Ava. Thanks for coming on the show. We'll appreciate it. Thank you, all of our new furry followers. Thanks for hanging with us, skin suits. You know, I know we're disgusting to you. And if we said anything, if we said anything last week that was offensive or spangled, we apologize.
We're on your side.
Just know. If I could have fur all over me, I would.
This is a furry-friendly cast.
We're working on it. Yeah. This is podcast 2 of our furry future.
Yep.
So have a blessed day.
Get all the scratchies or whatever they call them. What were they called? What do they like?
Scritches.
Get all your scritches.
Oh, yeah. Somebody answered that. Somebody commented on that. Said scritches came from like Instagram pet culture or something like that. And then the furries took it. So yeah, you know what? Furries look inward. Mm-hmm. Before you look I don't even know why I'm judging you. I'm so sorry.
I don't know. That's a wrap.
Have a spangled day, everybody.